Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's makeup tutorial is inspired by Anzalna. She is an actress and her face is like so beautiful. And I hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial. I posted a picture on Instagram of 4 different Malaysian artists that whose makeup tutorial that you guys want to see, and you guys all chose, well, most of you guys chose Anzalna, and I'm so happy that you guys did because she is just, her makeup was so pretty and she's so beautiful. Let's just get into the tutorial now, shall we? Okay, I'm going to start off with a little bit of primer. I already have primer on my forehead and on this area of my face because I feel like in that area, if you have a little bit, if you have shine in that area, it doesn't really look the most flattering, because as you can see on my forehead is a little bit bumpy at the moment. It will go away. But at the moment, my forehead is bumpy, and when there's light reflecting on a bumpy surface, it's gonna reflect light and all, like, it's gonna highlight the wonderful bumps that you got there. Not cute. And then, of course, here, because when light is reflecting there, the eye bag looks more prominent, and you kind of automatically look tired. So that's what I did. And I also have a little bit of lipstick on because when I was searching through my lipstick for a perfect Anzalna lipstick shade, I just have to wear it. So, but don't worry, I will show you which lipstick I had on. So I got a brush in the mail a few days ago, and it's so pretty, isn't it? This is a multitasking brush, and I'm going to apply my powder foundation with it. If I can find my my powder foundation. This is Tropical Beige by Pixy. I'm just going to swirl my brush in here. It's quite dense, the brush, so hopefully that I can pack everything. Ooh, because I have a hole there. I'm amused. Anyway, I'm just going to apply this on my face. I'm going to put my concealer later, but for now I'm going to put my powder foundation on first. Don't worry about it being too thick or anything, but because we're going to fix it with a little bit of setting spray. I think I'm gonna get lipstick on my brush. I think I just need to like dab my lipstick away because I don't want to ruin the brush. So much better. Okay, so I'm done with my powder foundation. As you can see, there is still imperfections peeking through my skin, but the lights, I think the lights are making my complexion look so much better than it actually is. I'm going to conceal now with my Naturactor concealer. This is actually a foundation, but it's very thick to the point that I'm using it as concealer. This is in 151 and 150. I'm going to mix it in the back of my hand and get the perfect shade. Because we have powder on, and it's not really the best thing to put a liquid or a cream on top of a powder, because the powder kind of like absorbs the moisture out of the cream, making the concealer's consistency of the concealer thicker, thus making it look like you have a lot of concealer on. So to avoid that, you can spray your face with a little bit of setting spray, makeup fixer, or a moisturizer like this one. I don't really have a problem with my concealer caking too much. Sometimes I go without using the spray, but if you are concerned with your concealer caking up, then I think that's a nice step to do. But I'm not gonna do it. You know what? I think I'm gonna need to spray my face because I think my concealer is looking a little bit too thick. I'm sorry, guys. Okay. 151, and I'm going to apply it on the center of my forehead because I have a natural discoloration here. So I just want to brighten it up, sorry. I keep mumbling. Okay, so now we're done with the base. For my eyebrows, I'm going to take a little bit of this eyebrow gel. This is from the brand called Miss Rose. It's not exactly the best brow gel here in the market, but it's you know, it's good, it's cheap. So I'm going to use this in the tutorial. If you have like oily skin, I don't think this is the kind of product that lasts on your eyebrows, but for me, this lasts the whole day. Granted that my skin is a little bit on the drier side. Okay, so for my eyebrows, I really don't like filming me doing my eyebrows because I just feel like they're never the same because I'm not wearing my glasses right now, but I will try. And I'm sorry for the awkward bun, y'all. It's a clip, so that's why it looks so weird. Sorry. Anyway, because I know my eyebrow shape, I know that this is a little bit shorter. I'm going to just make it a little longer. Oh my god, I ruined it. This is a sign that it's not a good day. Okay, now that I fixed it slightly, you can see that I only use a little amount of product just where I need it. And then to fill in the whole eyebrow and make it a little bit darker, I'm going to take my mascara. This is from Maybelline. I'm going to use the tiny side and kind of coat my eyebrows with this because this is going to plump up the hair. And make it and it gives an illusion that your eyebrows are naturally full. If you can see, you can't tell there's powder or pencil or any cream type product in my eyebrows. It's just hair, and I like tricking people into thinking I'm a natural beauty. Now that that's done, I'm going to use a little bit of my concealer and clean up. I'm going to take the lighter shade. Okay, so what this is gonna do is it's going to give an illusion that the eyebrows are very clean. It's because you're creating a frame and no one really looks at what's beyond the frame, you know, because you're like, okay, this is eyebrow, this is where eyebrow ends. So even though there's hair, people don't really notice that anymore because of the frame that we created. Moving on to the eyes, I have a little bit of NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil. I'm using this as base and I have it all over my index finger, and I'm going to spread it, warm it up, and apply it to my eyelid because I don't need a lot of this. If you find that this base crease on you, then you can use an eyeshadow primer, but I'm not really going anywhere, and eyeshadow tends to last a little bit longer on my eyelid, so I'm not too worried. But if you are, then definitely use an eyeshadow base, a proper one, instead of a cream stick like what I'm putting on right now. And then for the eyes, it's really simple. What she does is basically a wash of bronze eyeshadow and a little bit of darker brown on the outer corner. First, I'm going to take a little bit of pressed powder and apply this to my crease because this is going to make the blending process a lot easier so that the other colors will blend into this seamlessly. For my main eyeshadow, I'm going to use this bronzer. This is just a bronzer, like a cheapy bronzer that you can get from eBay or online, things like that. I'm gonna apply this all over my lid. I brought the eyeshadow all the way touching my eyebrows, and also put a little bit on the lower lash line. The outer end is much thicker. It's thicker here and skinnier here. Okay, and then taking a darker eyeshadow, I'm darkening the outer corners of my eyes so that it looks a little sexier, just like her. I'm taking my pressed powder. This is a lighter shade than the previous one. Let me show you. So by comparison, this is lighter. And I'm using this as a brow bone highlight. This is the darkest shade of powder. And I'm going to put this in between the brow bone highlight and my eyeshadow so that it blends. Taking my highlighter, this is Tiki by Heart Candy. This is their bronzer. Using my concealer brush just now, kind of just recycling it, putting in the inner corner so that it brightens the eye look. Then I'm gonna apply my eyeliner. The eyeliner I'm gonna use is this one called, from Criszen, is their gel eyeliner. Using the brush that it comes, because the brush is actually really usable. I've never seemed to find the need to use a different brush whenever I'm using this kind of eyeliner. I'm going to use this to line my eyes, definitely, but as thin as possible on the upper lash line. And I'm also going to use the eyeliner on the waterline and in between my eyelashes. Just wriggling it on there so that the roots of the lashes looks dark. Okay, now onto the face. I'm gonna take my face powder. This is a darker shade, slightly darker than my actual skin tone. This is a brush from Criszen, and it's the flat top kind of kabuki-ish brush. It's very soft and flexible. My face powder, and roll the product at the side of the brush, like so. Having a lighter base is going to ensure that the contour and the bronzer is going to apply smooth, because I have a problem with my cheek product applying a little bit patchy, especially when I got concealer. The powder tends to stick onto the area that has concealer. So using this is going to prevent that, because we have a powder base. So sometimes powder blends better with powder. This is kind of like a gray tone eyeshadow, and I love using this as my contour shade. Anzalna always has a little bit of nose contour, especially in the picture that I'm referencing. So I'm going to take the same contour powder on my finger and just contour the tip of my nose. I'm going to take this brush again, because this is a multitasking brush. I'm going to use this to apply my bronzer. So this is Wet n Wild Color Icon Bronzer in Tiki to Brazil. This has a little bit of shimmer. Last time I couldn't really wear this because I have bumpy skin on this area, but now that my skin is a little bit better, I can finally use this, because this is a little bit dense. So if you're afraid of getting too much powder, then definitely tap it at the back of your hand first before applying it on the face. I have a friend that contacted me for a recommendation of a good bronzer to use as contour, and the thing is, you don't use bronzer as contour, because the thing is, our shadow is gray, so it makes more sense to use a gray tone powder on the hollows of the cheekbones versus something like this. What I did just now was use a gray tone contour powder like this one. If you can see the difference between all the bronzers that I used, like this is a bronzer and this is gray, and the previous bronzer here is red base and this is gray. So that is gonna give you the most realistic contour. I'll link a relevant video for you guys to see, because it is such a good video, especially when you want to see the difference between contouring and bronzing. If you want a more professional result, definitely change up the bronzer to something a little bit more gray to use as contouring. It's gonna look so realistic. Like, look at that. And you're not gonna have like an orange stripe down your nose. I see that a lot, and it is not, I don't think it's an okay look for anyone really. Like, red la, orange la, not nice la. So what I did, I used the bronzer on the tops of my cheekbone, and that is going to give me color. This is what bronzers are for. It's going to give you warmth, especially after you put on foundation, because foundation kind of like takes away all the discoloration, the natural discoloration that you have on. And I'm also going to put a little bit of bronzer on. Oh no, I cannot use this bronzer. This bronzer has a little bit of shimmer, so since I have bumps on my forehead, I'm gonna stay away from shimmer, but instead I'm gonna use this bronzer right here. This is matte, and this is a brush from Criszen. Now it's time for blusher. I'm taking this blush from Ronasutra. This is in Deep Plum. Okay, and then for the lips, I'm taking this jumbo lipstick from Intuit. This is limited edition, and it doesn't really have a shade name. I think it's called something plum, if I'm not mistaken, but it's not written anywhere here. The lights are making my lips appear glossy. However, the lipstick was supposed to be matte, but you know, gotta make do with what we have. I'm taking my bronzer. This is not the same bronzer. This is, although it's from the same brand, this is called bikini contest. This is called bikini contest, whereas the previous one that I applied was Ticket to Brazil. A big brush, and apply this on my lips. This is gonna absorb excess moisture on the lipstick, making it appear a little bit more matte. Okay, so now we're done with the look. Hopefully we look a little bit like Anzalna. I have Instagram and Twitter. Hopefully you guys will join me there. Just search Evangeline Hawa and you should find me. And then subscribe!